Welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons, a show where we watch good and bad and weird and dumb and stupid, but sometimes really good cartoons from the golden age of Saturday morning. I'm Joe. There's Nick over there. There's George on there. And joining us for the first time ever on Saturday, Kyle Mooney, Saturday Night Live veteran, 9-year run, right? You're there 9 years, for crying out loud.
9-year guy.
Yeah. Creator of Saturday Morning All-Star Hits on Netflix, which is our current favorite show on Netflix easily, and a big VHS collector. Kyle, welcome to the show.
Good to be hanging with you guys again. Happy Shaturday. I can't believe I finally get to spend a Shaturday with my Shaturday buddies.
Yeah. First of all, I want to ask you, how's your VHS collection coming along now that you moved back from New York back to LA?
I'm trying to think if I've added anything. I also want to excuse myself. I've been a little sick, so excuse my voice. If anything, the biggest update would be that I'm now starting to go through the stuff in my garage and curate a bit. So soon I will be bringing stuff up here, but it's pretty much just been hanging in the boxes that I've shipped it in.
Cool. I hope we get to see it someday. I really am dying to see it. So we know you got good stuff. So
maybe that's the episode. The next one is kind of a live stream of me opening those boxes. Unfortunately, there was both a some sort of water leakage and a couple rats. I think.
Oh.
I think there. I actually. I should. Maybe it's worth it. Me at some point running down there to grab. I feel like there is probably truly like a Bravestarr video cassette. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling here. A third of it with little rat bites.
I think that's right. Most people keep their VHS collection wrapped in Titanic VHS tapes, right? There's a layer
to buffer it.
Yeah,
it's like the bubble wrap of VHS. Yeah. Cool. So, yes, we're gonna watch Bravestarr today. We're gonna watch. It's a very special episode of Bravestarr, which I'd never seen this cartoon before, and it's ridiculous. And I decided to play it because New Year's is upon us. A lot of people are, going out and they're partying and they're taking drugs and they're drinking and they're being all wild and everything. But I thought this would be a good to show this one because it's a cautionary tale to suck all the fun out of this fun day of New Year's. So
a sobering reminder for New Year's Eve.
Exactly.
Good.
So let's talk about cereals. Let's talk about fun mugs. First of all, I'm back at my parents' place for the week, and I looked in the cereal cupboard, and the same one that I looked at in high school, and it used to be full of my Cap'n Crunches and shit. But my dad has just become this Great Grains head. He's
what?
You name a Great Grains, and the son of a bitch has it. He even he has deep cuts, but they're all full too, but they're all open, but they're all full. He has deep cuts like raisin dates and pecans. Nobody has that one. He's a real Great Grains head. And so whenever I come here, I suicide them up. I mix them all together, and it's pretty fun. Yeah.
Brand loyalty.
Yeah.
I want to show off a cool mug that this was sent in by a viewer here. And it really speaks to me. I don't know if you can see. It's in the shape of a Ringling Brothers clown. And then to open it, you flip this little rat tail here, and his skull opens up. And then you can drink your hot or cold beverage out of this clown skull. So it's my current favorite mug. It's practical, and I love it.
I like that you have to lift that for every single sip too, right?
Yep. Makes a lot of sense. It's pretty inconspicuous. So I'm enjoying it.
Strong thumb over there after all those pushes.
Oh yeah. It's a thick skull too, so this is quite the workout.
George, what do you got?
Oh, I've got this is a mug that celebrates the 1985 meeting of Captain O.G. Reedmore and horror icon Vincent Price in a PSA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that actually happened. Yeah.
Is that a for real mug or is that a George made mug?
It's a George made mug.
Oh, okay.
5 minutes ago. Yep.
Oh, that's good. That's nice. Kyle, you got anything? You got any fun mugs or a Great Grain cereal to show off?
I have this love mug, and it has a quote from George Sand.
Okay.
Should I know who George Sand is?
I
no
don't,
idea.
but
Never heard of
yeah.
him. Oh no, he's the president of Love. He's the president of Love. Yeah,
That's who that
that's
is.
right.
Yeah.
George Sand says, there is only one happiness in life, to love and be loved.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh, see, I thought it was the opposite this whole time. Oh, okay.
Take it from George Sand. Hey, I was admiring your sweatshirt there, Kyle, too. Can we get a look at that?
Yeah. This is, I guess, while we're doing this, we're like, what, maybe 2 or 3 days before Christmas? This is.
Yeah, that's perfect.
What does it say? It's
Beginning
beginning
to
to
look
look a lot like Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. Wow,
yeah,
that's
I guess it is fucking with Odie.
yeah. Jim Davis does it again. All right, so before we get cooking with some Bravestarr here, let's watch a commercial. Let's get us warmed up with a commercial. This is a commercial for a very special episode of Full House, because today we're watching a very special episode. So here it is, a Full House very special episode.
Tuesday on a very special Full House, a story of love.
We missed you, Grandpa.
And loss.
His heart gave out.
A story that will touch the hearts of every kid and every parent in America.
We're going to help pull each other through this, okay?
Okay.
It's a Full House you'll never forget, followed by an all-new Phenom, Tuesday.
Yeah, so that looked very...
Oh.
There were a lot of Greek grandfathers on TV shows in the
There
80s.
were.
I think Webster had a Greek grandfather. These kids had...
Does anybody actually do that? Like take all the flour and throw it around in the kitchen? That just
Greek
seems...
people would not do that. I can tell you that. And the fact that I'm Greek and both my grandfathers were dead always made this seem like very... It made it extremely fictional to me.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Rubbing your nose in it.
Yeah.
I feel like I unfortunately can't pull the reference out of my head, but I know that, like, if you're a true Full House head, you can be like, that's Papa Katsopoulos. I know he has a very distinct name that I can't recall right now.
Well,
Full House grandfather who died.
We got
Yes.
yeah.
You're right. It's Papuli Katsopoulos.
There it is. All right.
Papuli,
Okay.
Papuli.
Papuli.
Yeah.
Were you a big Full House watcher, Kyle? Did you watch?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I remember if I'm correct here, I think it started as a TGIF show and then made the jump to Tuesdays. And I also remember when that happened, which was kind of like, I don't know, when you're like, however, 9 or 10 years old, for some reason that's monumental in some way or another. Whoa, the TV show I watch is going to be on a totally
It's a big
different
deal.
day.
No, because I remember like the TGIF, like that night they had a Full House episode, a Family Matters episode, where I think Urkel like took off in a rocket launcher or something, and then he like a jetpack, and they crashed through the house of Full House, the Full House family. So like to bridge that, yeah. So, but yeah, it must have been rough for you to like, all of a sudden now it's Tuesdays.
Ultimately, actually good, because that meant that something new was being slotted into the TGIF lineup, and now I had something to do on Tuesday nights. But yes, initially just it was slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah, and everybody was probably getting older, and like like they probably brought in those two twins, those awful twins, not the Olsen twins, but the Jesse's twins.
Alex.
Yeah. But that's the kind of trauma that you carry with you, even if you don't recognize it. It does stick with you.
Oh, we're all lucky to be
Better
here.
to say it out loud.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to dive in some Bravestarr action here?
Yeah, I know nothing about this cartoon, but I'm excited to learn.
Okay, fall of 1987. This came out. This was one season. It's a space western, and the animation's pretty cool actually. And it's kind of Star Warsy. You got all these like I don't know. It's like multicultural aliens like living in this one desert planet. It's called New Texas. It's the 23rd century. They made this cartoon a year after the toys had already come out. So this must have, for like Mattel, they must have been like cha-ching. Like they probably went into this with the plan, because most of these cartoons are about selling the toys. So they made the toy first, and then they made the cartoon a year later.
I would.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. Do we know if it's Filmation who animated it, which I think it might be? They also did He-Man. Yeah.
And in fact, this is the last one that Filmation ever did. Like Bravestarr was their last one. They hung it up in 1989. And I mean, they just kind of went out on a whimper, I guess. I mean, they clearly know what they're doing at this point, but like nobody knows Bravestarr. Like it's just, I'd always heard that like Warrant was the last like hair metal band, and then hair metal was no more. And it's just like kind of like, oh, you can never go out on a really cool one. You got to go out on a Warrant. So I feel like Bravestarr is kind of the Warrant of Filmation's run of cartoons. We are in good hands with this one. We have a voice actor, Pat Fraley, which I think is a name that we should learn here on Saturday Morning Cartoons. He's in everything. He does Marshall Bravestarr, but he's one of those guys. He's in every single cartoon, but he always does the boring guys. So he'll do like Ace from G.I. Joe. So he doesn't really have a distinctive voice. He always just like, all right, we have to go over there to the spaceship now. He always has that kind of like, all right, I'm in charge here. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you about this? Okay, so this is a very special episode. It's about drugs. Like they decided to do a drug episode for a Saturday morning cartoon. What?
Pro or con?
Against. It's against. The dangers. And it has every single drug cliche in the book here. And I focused on the A story of this one kid who's addicted to this. Well, you'll see. I don't want to give away too much. But I edited together just the A story, because the B story is just, I don't know. It wasn't interesting. It was just long and all filler. So if you have questions about anything, don't hesitate to stop and ask. I'll have the answer for you.
How's the theme song? Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, please.
How's the theme song, Joe?
It's good. Okay. It's super long too. I think it's like a minute 20 seconds. So like, yeah, it explains the whole thing, where we're gonna be, and it's actually pretty cool. So, Kyle, you're gonna say?
I was just gonna add. I mean, like, I'm no Bravestarr expert, and I'm sure I've never seen this episode, but and also not trying to spoil any of the fun, but as I recall, there's a very jacked horse.
That's all I remember about
very jacked horse. And you know what? He only uses 2 of his legs for walking. Yeah.
Oh, he's like,
interesting. Okay, let's
I've never seen him use all 4. Yeah, no, this horse is absolutely jacked.
I did want to mention that I wrote to Pat Fraley once and said, like,
as a kid?
No, like about 6 months ago, and said, hey, you should come on Saturday Morning Cartoons. And he said, I don't consider my contribution to animation shoddy.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Really?
Whereas many other voice actors have had no problem. They get the...
see, that's the problem.
So,
yeah. I mean, that's the problem with this title, though. I think maybe we should change the name of the show. Like, we're telling them that what they worked on was shat. Like,
well, no, it's more that they were shat out. It was like about the quantity. It wasn't.
And you have to explain, but you have to explain that to Pat Fraley.
Yeah.
It's never
easy.
I will.
I'll call him back. Sorry.
But before we dive in here, part one, Kyle, I know you've done some animation voiceover work before, and I feel like that is the dream job of all jobs. Like that's what I would love to just have that be my job. What was your experience like doing? Because you were on Rick and Morty and Bob's Burgers, I think. Yeah. What was your experience like? Was it pretty great? Was it as good as I'm imagining voiceover animation to be?
Yeah, it's always. I mean, like I feel like the cliche is sort of that. Like it's like the only job. I mean, like I guess like today, like I can just show up in my PJs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all actors love, in theory, that part of it. But it's always awesome. I mean, yeah, it's definitely cool to like not have to go through the elaborate process of actually like shooting multiple scenes like you would live action, and like truly just being able to jump line to line. So yes, all my experiences have been great.
Yeah, and it's just like no showers. You don't have to take a shower, and then like once you get like a regular character, then you build the studio in your house, and then you can live wherever you want. right? I mean, like, God, it's just
That's
dream
the thing
job.
I've not graduated to. I feel like everybody else has like the tighter mic setup, and like, yeah, like kind of maybe recording in their closet, but I don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, that's the next step. All right, here we go. Bravestarr,
Yes.
part 1. Buckle up for a very mediocre cartoon.
It's that logo.
You know you're in good hands.
In a distant time and faraway place, the planet of New Texas floats deep in space. Sky of 3 suns, land of precious
That's
ore.
kind of talk
The carrion
song.
rush brought outlaws
Yeah.
by the score.
Pretty cool looking villains.
Colors are pretty.
Yeah.
And one day, a lawman appeared with powers of hawk, wolf, puma, and bear. Protector of peace, mystic man from afar. Champion of justice, Marshal Bravestarr.
It's a long one. They really go into every detail.
Bravestarr.
He turned into the ripped horse there.
Wait, I missed it. Wait, who? Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Just regular horse. I like doing slow motion on the transformations.
He's actually fucking hot. He's
This
Look
probably
at him.
birthed a lot of fetishes, I think, from
Doing it right now for me.
Absolutely.
Oh boy.
Bravestarr.
Oh, look at that. That wink. That's our thumbnail right there. There's our thumbnail. Yeah.
Bravestarr. Bravestarr.
yes.
Can you tell if he's the good guy or bad guy? Are you able to tell with that toothpick? Is there any? I don't know.
Mustache.
Could go either way.
yeah. What is this style that exists in New Texas? Because this guy looks like he's about to like go start a swing band or something like that.
He's in Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
All right.
Yay! We did it!
How's the volume? Does that seem loud?
It's a little loud.
Okay.
I mean, I want to hear it, but
That's that screechy children's cry right there. Like blew my eardrums out. All right, here we go.
Sure did. Nice job, Brad. Your plan worked perfectly. Thanks, Jay. Glad you like it. Like it? It's great. Yeah, now our fort is super tough, just like Fort Carrium. Oops. What's wrong? There's a weird dingo out there. Never seen him before. You're right, Jay. A stranger, I guess. I wonder what he wants. I don't think
I
we
like
should
the
find out.
incidental music.
I think-
It feels very Western.
I think he's still. Yeah. What's up?
No, I was just gonna say, I'm sure you guys get this all the time, and it's been a minute since I've watched Saturday morning cartoons, but like the voices are so obviously like full adults, and like the version of kid is just like, I want to go grab that right now. Like it's just like raspy equals like high pitch and raspy equals child.
Yeah, but you know what's weird is like when you watch like the Peanuts cartoon where they have actual children doing it and they're not trained. You know, like I just watched the Peanuts, the Charlie Brown Christmas, and I mean the kid. That's what's charming about it is that they suck, that they're not that good at it, and that they botch words, and there's a couple flubs in that too. I think
I prefer that, but if you're making 56 cartoons a season, you probably need adults.
I loved how like everybody, all kids sounded pretty much the exact same in that scene. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Find out. Dingoes make a lot of trouble. Don't sweat it, Daisy. He won't hurt us. At least we can see what he wants.
Bad move.
Hey, you looking
He wants
for
us to
somebody?
join a swing band.
Maybe.
Was he in Purple Rain?
Could be I'm looking for you.
What's that?
Was he the villain in Purple Rain?
Oh,
I think that is him. Yeah.
From the
Morris Day.
time. Yeah.
Morris Day, that's right.
I don't like this. I think I'd better go home. Get going then, chicken.
Good day, miss.
Is he Australian?
Charming.
Is that what it is? I was trying to pick. Yeah. I was
Dingo.
Oh, that's right. He's a
Dingo
dingo.
ate my baby.
Yeah. I bet the person doing this is not Australian at all. I bet they're trying to do an Australian. That's usually how it works.
This
It's
is
like 4 people.
just a couple years after Crocodile Dundee. I think it was in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe I could talk to you two gentlemen a minute.
I don't think it's a good idea, Jay. Oh, don't.
Voice.
What do you think of his haircut? I like his haircut. It's total Duncan from He-Man. Isn't that total Duncan from
Page
He-Man?
Boy.
Yeah.
Older, they look 28 years old. I don't.
Too many lines.
I know.
The son was brutal on young
The
faces.
one on the left is Matthew McConaughey.
Jay. Oh, don't you turn chicken too. Come on up.
I have a new band called the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Was that? I don't know. It came from the marshal's office.
Hold him, big part. I'm a-trying. Spiders! Spiders everywhere! Now, calm down, Fane. There's no spiders. It's just spin, the drug you took, making you see things.
That's cliche number one. Like, I'm covered in spiders. That's like drug cliche number one.
Acid freak out.
Yeah.
This is like every Saturday morning cartoons after party.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You want to eat me? But I'll let you. Gotcha. Don't hurt him, big.
Like, Nick, you do that after a couple sips of a Miller Lite, though, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing spiders everywhere. I need to be restrained by a hot horse.
Yeah.
Joe's the jacked horse.
Oh, that horse! Look at him. Yeah.
Don't hurt him, big part. Whose side you on, anyway? It's not a question of sides.
It's Saturday morning. You got your cereal bowl. You're 7 years old. You're watching some Bravestarr. There's the guy who took some spin, having a freak out. I love it.
I just wish we could. I don't know why they're not showing the spiders. Why can't we see his POV?
Oh, it's pew. Yes, that would
It's
have been
animation. Missed opportunity.
Yes, exactly. That's why Filmation went belly up after this. They weren't thinking like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bane's a spin addict. It's made him crazy. Toss him in the end cell. I'll call Doc Clayton.
It's the Otis of
Yeah.
New Texas.
What makes
Look at that. I mean, look at that head of hair, too. Look at that. That's just a hunk.
what makes a man become a spin addict anyway? No one wants to be an addict, big partner, but it happens. I just wish that anyone who says drugs are fun could take a look into that cell for a minute.
And I'll tell you this, lads. Spin is fun.
Wow. Spin.
Spin does look kind of fun, though, doesn't it? I mean, let's be honest. That does not. Yeah.
Apart from the spiders.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to learn to
I've
appreciate
heard
the
of it.
spiders.
That's right. Spin. It's happiness in a bottle. A drop of sweet dreams.
Wow. How much?
What? Hey, don't be silly, lad. You boys have been right friendly to this poor stranger. I wouldn't dream of charging you.
Do you think any drug dealer ever has been kind of close to this, like ever in the history of drug dealers?
Where there's always, you can have the first one free in so many PSAs I've seen.
Yeah.
That's not, I've never seen a drug dealer give a free sample.
He's British now.
Yeah, I know.
He
I
was
should
just
look.
convicted in England and sent to Australia right before this.
Right.
Before. Yeah.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, I should look up this guy's voice. See what else he's done. I didn't do the research on this guy's voice. I'm gonna look it up.
Hold out your hands and just rub this in.
It's kind of a cool way to do drugs.
Something wrong, lad?
Topically?
I don't want to. I've heard of spin. It's really dangerous.
Dangerous? Oh, it's fun, lad.
Yeah. What's wrong with you? You chicken or something? No, I just don't want to, that's all. I'm gonna go home. Come on, Jay. Nah, you're chicken. You can call it that if you want. I call it smart. See you around. Go ahead and be a chicken if you want, chicken. Just don't be a chicken and a fake. I'm not a chicken, and I'm not a fake. I won't tell. You better not.
It's all going according to plan.
How many times can we fit the word chicken in this stretch?
You know what?
Cut away to the drug dealer. They said it so many times they couldn't animate it.
We should have planned like a drinking game, but with spin. Like every time they say the word chicken, we take a little drop of spin on our hands. Yeah.
Rub it in.
Good.
What's that?
Like, as a kid, I'm just thinking about like if I had, watching the show and like being sucked into this universe and loving the action of it, but then hearing these kids talk about, I've been hearing about spin. I don't think spin is good. Oh, I've heard good things. It implies this like other social culture where like they're running into other people and be like, spin's pretty cool. Spin's not that great. Like this whole off-screen universe.
What does he know about spin that this other guy doesn't? Right. They probably go to the same school together. And why did one didn't want to do it. The other one was just like, yeah, it sounds cool. I don't know. Try new things. Yeah.
Have different space children for friends, I think.
Yeah.
Just a note about the voice. That's Ed Gilbert, who did a whole lot of, let's see, he was Baloo, if that's the name, in Tailspin, a whole lot of cartoons. But the amazing thing, under his birth name, he was credited with research in entomology and the discovery of a new beetle species.
What?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, so he's an actual like
set the
smart
bar
person.
pretty high. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
And he sold spin.
He sold spin. Right.
He's just chicken, but I'm not.
Chicken, another chicken.
Good, because I think you're going to enjoy this.
He's the head of the Sackler family.
All right, there we go. That's part one of Bravestarr.
Were we starting to get his POV there? Like some maybe
spinning. I thought that was like a transition into the next scene, but like maybe you're right. Maybe that is like maybe they were getting creative with this. This is a drug episode. Seems like they should have some fun with it. But yeah.
Maybe they didn't want. Maybe like if they were afraid if they made it look too cool, then kids would really want to do spin.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No.
I'm already leaning towards wanting to try it. So
I want to see spiders everywhere.
It's like a little vial with like a laser tornado inside of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty cool. The downside yet.
Yeah. George, you got some commercials for us, or what do you? What do we? Okay.
Yeah. So we usually have commercials on a theme, like cereals that were discontinued, or toys that were recalled, or public service announcements that caused unintentional psychological trauma. But today's theme is PSAs and a commercial we think Kyle Mooney might like. Saturday morning cartoons will be right back.
Old Grandma Hubbard rushed to her cupboard.
Puddles forgot to eat lunch.
I'm beat.
You need training, pal.
You want to kick off with apples, warm up on stew, touchdown on bread and cheese. You can dribble on some oranges or make flush with milk and score with vegetables too. Yeah, food makes a difference, and the difference makes you. Don't be a loser, be a chooser.
What a marvelous cupboard.
Kyle, was that accurate? Did you like that one? Or?
I absolutely loved it. Yeah, like what was the? Can I see the what was it promoting?
USDA NET program for
such a like a local quality to it, but this is like a national thing.
It felt like they were figuring out green screen on that. You know, like the baseball thing was really washed out. The guy rounding third, like you barely even see that.
What a mixed metaphors. Touchdown on bread and cheese.
Yeah, I guess this is New York State then. So
okay. Semi-local.
Also, like in those health things, they always had like milk. Like milk was the thing to drink, and I haven't had milk. I was brought up on milk. My dad drinks milk with Great Grains, and I had this morning a Great Grains with actual milk. It's always been like oat milk and that kind of stuff. I haven't had it forever, but yeah, milk. It was weird drinking milk today. But they fucking loved milk back then, didn't they?
It must have been hard to be a vegan.
Do they still love milk? They don't tout milk as much as they used to, do they?
It's unclear whether it's like related to. I remember there being studies like 20 years ago about maybe it was related to certain types of cancer or something because of the fats in it.
But it was for strong bones. That was why the whole "Got Milk" campaign. I'm growing because I'm drinking milk. But I think there's other ways for calcium these days.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go. All right, 1 for 1 so far.
Yo, Alf here. Apparently some chowderheads out there aren't taking care of this planet. They're messing up public lands. They're littering the beaches and vandalizing the parks. Look, folks, public lands are not like pizzas. You just can't pick up the phone and order more. So let's take care of our land. Let's save the planet. Call me and promise you'll help. I'll send you a bunch of neat stuff. It's my way of saying thanks. It's an acknowledgement of your concern. It's a bribe.
Is that, did you call that, Nick, when you were?
Of course, yeah, and you got an fake autographed picture of Alf, and it said, "Thanks for helping me save the planet." And then you got some brochures about it.
Oh, when you were a kid, you actually called it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he answer the phone? Was there like a voice, like a recording?
I wish I remembered. I don't think so. I think it was just like an automated thing to put your address in.
No, it's for Alf. Like that's the last 4 digits.
You would have expected to. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Kyle, I found out that Shout Factory is doing new Alf content, and I feel like they might be looking for a guest star or somebody to, be the human to interact with Alf.
Talk to your agent.
Just saying.
Of course, I want to meet Paul Fusco.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's still around, and he and his wife are the keepers of Alf. So, yeah, let's.
That'd be awesome.
All right, we'll see what we can do on our end.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
10% is what we.
I told you I didn't want that kid hanging around here anymore. You don't like the way I dress. You don't like my music, and now you don't like my friends. What do you like about me?
When I was a kid, it was easy to tell him how I felt. But now...
What happened? I hardly know him.
That's the basement I'm in right now.
I don't know how.
I guess I've forgotten what it's like to be 16. My dad and I could never talk.
Talking about feelings is important. Parents can be good friends, and a good friend will never let you feel lonely.
I thought at first that was not real because I thought it was like a play on
a
sketch.
Somebody's doing a bit.
But that's legit. That's a real
thing. That's incredible.
Really, yeah, those deliveries were. I mean, those initial punches on the punching bag were really cool.
That's how I knew it was real. Was the punch?
No, you don't want to fuck with that guy. Yeah.
Don't want to meet that kid in a dark alley.
Hospital report a constant shortage of donors for organ transplants, and that's the news.
What's wrong, dear? Why are you crying? I feel sorry for that kid on TV waiting for a new heart. I wish there was something I could do to help.
There is, Danny. Your father and I have signed the organ donor cards on the back of our driver's licenses. Look, we're telling people that if we're ever in a fatal accident, we want to pass on the gift of life to others.
Oh, Mom, I still feel bad. I don't even have a driver's license.
No problem. We'll call the MORE program toll-free and get an organ donor card just for you.
Just for me?
It's as natural as giving blood. You can give the gift of a lifetime and you won't feel a thing.
I feel something, Mom.
You do?
Yeah, I feel better already.
It's as natural as giving blood. I mean, in a way, yeah, but also
felt like a bad spin trip.
Yeah. All right. I think there's one last commercial here.
That one was like a minute, wasn't it? That was longer than
that
30
was a long
seconds.
One. Yeah.
We're heroes in a half shell, we're making a surprise. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie. Fresh from the sewers to you. Their minds are delicious, you know that's true. Because they're filled with mutagen goo. That vanilla pudding goo. They got the tastiest, flakiest, greatest crust. Even better than our pizza. And it's green like us. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie. Fresh from the sewers to you. Radically sweet.
They can't be beat.
And there's a free turtle sticker inside. That's neat. New from Boston. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie. Fresh from the sewers to you.
Now back to Saturday morning cartoons.
Wow, I missed that. I never saw that back in the day.
I can't believe it's real.
Fresh from the sewers to you.
Filled with mutagen goo. I mean, that's a great way to build vanilla pudding.
It was way too visceral. See the process of how it was made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have tried it though.
An HR Giger were consulted in the creation of it.
Green icing.
I always got those Hostess, the apple pie ones. I always got those out of vending machines.
Really
yeah, I worked at a grocery store for a long time. That was always my lunch break. Was like I'd get the apple pie and like drink a mellow yellow with it. Like yeah. All right, let's get into part 2. Oh boy, things are heating up in Bravestarr. Here we go. Part 2. I think the animator clearly has done drugs before because like look at that, like that's like a drug move right there actually. You know,
he's
like
rubbing the inside where he took the drug.
Yeah. That's
Jay, are you all right? What? Oh, hi, Brad. Hi. Oh, man, you look terrible. Have you been taking spin again? Oh, yeah. Sweet.
maybe that's our thumbnail right there.
Great drawing.
I'd be memeified right now. I feel like it's like is there some meme with like Yoda like doing the exact same face?
This is a meme right here. Yeah, 100% meme here.
Sweet spin. Happy pink smiling flowers. Hi, Brad. Jay. Oh, Jay.
I mean, I still don't see the downside of spin. I still haven't seen it. Yeah, they haven't shown me the downside of spin yet. I really want to try it.
I don't like this. Jay, you're not you anymore. And what's your mother's purse doing here? Dreamy dreams. Have to have money. Buy more spin. And purse had money. You stole your mother's purse? Needed spin. You creep! You're disgusting! Happy. Happy. Queen. Happy. Fun. Happy. No, Jay.
We're staying on this moment way too long.
I bet this was fun for the voice actor to do this one though. It was just like, oh, I can't wait for this one. This is gonna be fun. I have some ideas here.
No, it isn't fun anymore. You need help. Oh, spin. I'm calling Doc Clayton. No! You wouldn't tell. You said you wouldn't tell. But tell, and you're a fink. You want to be a fink? Tell him you're a fink.
Kids using the word fink in the 80s.
Yeah, clearly written by like a 58-year-old guy at this point. Yeah.
Promise you won't tell. Promise you won't tell. Promise you're a fink. All right, Jay. I promise. Now let me up. Remember, you promised not to fink. Yeah, I promised.
Fink is the new chicken in part 2.
It really is.
Wow.
Brad, wait. Yeah? Can you loan me some money? Just a little, please?
There it is. Drug cliche. This is Requiem for a Dream. That's what this is. Yep.
And Reefer Madness and
Yep.
I won't.
Oh, Jesus.
It's Saturday morning. You got your Lucky Charms.
I'm so high, I feel like I'm being pulled by a jacked horse.
It's so great. It's so great.
Another Stone Canyon spin addict tried to rob the trading post. Call Doc Clayton. I already called him. He's on his way. And so am I. Every addict miner has been from Stone Canyon. The spin factory must be there. Eyes of the Hawk.
Oh, this is like by the power of Grayskull?
Yeah.
Stock animation, so they don't have to animate new stuff.
Yeah, and he uses Beastmaster technology for this too, where he like takes the spirit of an animal and then the animal goes off and does all the work and he just gets to see it. So this is more the B story here.
Luck yet? Not yet. A lot of ground to search. This might take a while. Well, you better hurry. We're just about full up with spin heads.
He might be the best sidekick of all time, right? He's the best sidekick. He is so great. Yeah. So
yeah, well, I was trying to figure out what that hairstyle is, and is it like it's almost like Ronnie Spector or something like that?
I was gonna say, who's the lead singer of White Snake? David Coverdale? Is that what his name is? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some Coverdale in there. Yeah.
It is crazy that Bravestarr has just not gotten up from his chair like all episode. He's just been like chilling the whole episode.
This is not a Bravestarr episode at all. I mean, he does go the B story that they're about to do. They're about to go off and like destroy the factory that creates spin. I don't know. It's kind of boring. Nothing really happened. They just destroyed it, and yeah,
it's like a very literal like sheriff like working at a desk essentially.
Yeah,
up to this point.
Yep, exactly. He's Andy Griffith. Essentially, this is Andy Griffith. Yeah.
Please, Daisy. I only need a few nuggets. Just until tomorrow. Please? Well, I don't know. Please! Okay, here. Oh, thank you,
There's
Daisy.
always an enabler. There's always an
You're a
enabler.
real friend. I'll pay you back. I promise. Yeah, okay. Just go now.
There's got to be a new Texas methadone clinic or something that could.
Right.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Here.
Good. Here you go, kid. Enjoy.
Marshall, it's Jay. He hasn't been home all night. I don't know where he is. I'm worried.
Not good. Brad.
So that woman is they still wear the old timey clothes like in New Texas. That's the drug addict's mom.
Oh, got it.
Yep.
I'm worried.
Seems a little old to be his mom.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, that outfit will age anybody.
know where he is. I'm worried.
Not good. Brad, do you know where he might be?
Well, maybe. We have this sort of clubhouse.
I think you better take us there. Now.
I like the transition.
That's
Yeah, I know. They only use it once in the whole thing.
This is our clubhouse. He might be in here.
You don't have to yell at me.
Look at the great drawings.
Easy, son.
Why did they send Bravestarr up first? I mean, they knew that this could have been a possibility.
And then it like cuts to a commercial for like Go-Gurt or something, like right after this heavy scene of finding his friend overdosed.
I'll call Doc Clayton. Don't bother. It's too late.
Oh no! Jay!
What? Yes, he died. Now,
No.
Here's one thing I don't know about this cartoon is whether he's a regular character. Because if he's a regular character and they killed off a regular character, I tip my hat to Bravestarr. That's very Bravestarr of them. To kill off an actual character. Yeah.
Either way, it's traumatic. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Kids are like holding their like their spoon in front of their mouths, just like, what? Oh, he died.
And to give such an awesome dramatic moment to Jack Torse over here, complimenting the mom is really cool.
Jack Torse, yeah, exactly. Like, he's sad Jack Torse. That's what sad Jack Torse looks like.
Drugs. Every year they claim thousands of lives. Each year, more young people like yourselves become involved in drugs. And each year, many of those young people end up like this. Drugs are dangerous. Drugs can kill. Don't mess with them. At best, you'll live to regret it. And worst, you won't live.
Merry Christmas, kid. Here's a Christmas wreath. Pretty great, huh?
That was awesome. Yeah, is that a thing? Do people lay wreaths on?
No. No, they don't. I was confused by that too. I was like, oh, wait, is this a Christmas episode? Then I thought back. I was like, is this a Christmas episode? It's like, no, it's not a Christmas episode. No, it's just a very special episode.
Want to do flowers or something like that?
No, I guess not. But the full episode is up on YouTube. You can find it there. It's all over the place, and I highly recommend watching the full episode. But like, those are just the key moments from the A story. What'd you guys think? Do you guys like it?
Way darker than I thought. Fantastic.
I'm shocked. Yeah. I can't believe it actually got out there.
What do you mean, like the fact that they actually killed off that character?
Yeah, I feel like I understand the intentions, but I feel like somebody somewhere would have, complained during the production to make it like he recovered, but maybe he has a limp now, or like there's some long-term consequence. But death is a little, I don't know. As you said, Saturday morning eating cereal.
Yeah. I always have a theory about these cartoons from this era of Saturday morning cartoons, is that there's only one person writing it, and maybe there's like one producer who gives notes on it. It's not like there's like now it's like a room of people and everybody's giving notes and like making it better. Before, I think they were just like, it's just one person who they trust. You're writing the episode. All right, great. Let's do it. Let's call everybody in. The episode's done. He's done writing it. Let's do it. Let's make the episode. That's my theory, and I think that supports that theory. So,
yeah, I just think with that, whenever we look at these episodes, it's like, well, it was on for 2 seasons, 130 episodes. It's like, with that many, the oversight could not have been that great,
Quantity over quality, for sure.
You're going to lose a few characters along the way.
A few J's will die. Yeah.
Jay Ullman, yeah.
Yeah, R.I.P. All right, so I want to play a quick game called a very special game here. I made spent a lot of time on this opening credit.
Wow, right, kudos!
It's a very special game about very special episodes, and we all watched a shitload of TV growing up. Kyle, I assume that you watched a shitload of TV. Did you watch a lot of TV?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We talking like in the range of like 4 hours a day, 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day? Like, what was your? I mean, every day there was.
I was just thinking. For some reason, I was thinking about Saved by the Bell today specifically, and like, I'm sure I've said this before in different places, so maybe I've said it in front of you, but like, when I came home from school, it would be on 2 episodes on TBS and then 2 episodes on WGN. And so that's 2 hours total of just watching that show, plus whatever I watched additionally on any given day,
Yeah, exactly. No, and then like in the mornings, we found time in the mornings before school to watch TV. Yeah. Like we crammed in TV as much as we could. So anyway, this game is all about very special episodes from the 80s and 90s of sitcoms. So I'm going to name a show, and we're going to skip the obvious ones. I think like I feel like this is an obvious one, like the I'm so excited, I'm so scared, the caffeine pill episode, and then I decided to skip the different strokes one because I felt like everybody kind of knew that one at this point. So maybe some deeper cuts on this one as far as very special episodes go. But I'll name a show. You tell me what you thought what was very special about that particular episode. Like, why was it very special? What issue were they tackling? And I'm sure that there are many correct answers here, but the one that I chose is the best answer. So, all right, first up, Small Wonder. What was the very special? Kyle, you familiar with Small Wonder?
Yeah, I didn't watch a ton of it, but yes, I am. Yeah.
It's the show that brought Nick and I together. Actually, Nick and I have known each other since we were in 6th grade, and it was Small Wonder that we really bonded over back then. So,
so awesome.
Yeah, Nick, I feel like Nick is the person to beat here on this one. What was the very special episode about?
I believe it was about smoking, from my recollection.
All right, anybody want to challenge that or?
Investing in a Roth IRA over a 529 program?
No, it had nothing to do with our IRAs. No,
right.
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna concede on this one.
That's smart because yes, it was definitely about smoking. It was a smoking episode.
Great still. Look at Alvin in the back.
That's awesome.
Who's next to Alvin though? I thought that was a Simpsons character at first. But
I think that's one of the clowns telling us to sign up for
organ donation, was it?
Yes.
That's right. That's what it was. All right, next up, Family Matters. What was their very special? There we go. Now we're more in your wheelhouse. I feel like. What was their very special?
I do need to watch some Small Wonder though. I feel like it's weird.
Oh, you would love it. You would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there were probably multiple, but to me, the most notable one was about gun violence.
Okay. Yep. I remember that one. Yeah.
I remember that one too. I'm gonna say there was a marijuana one too. But I remember the gun violence one. They broke character at the end, and it was like Urkel and Carl being like, "Hey, seriously, don't burn. Guns are dangerous."
Now, is there also is there a racist cop one?
Yes,
possibly?
I think that's right.
Which one?
There's somebody on the force that's racist.
Oh, another one. Now I'm thinking of another one, and I put this together today. There's another one where doesn't Urkel perform CPR on the neighbor? What's the neighbor's name?
Ira?
No. Waldo. Yeah.
Oh, Waldo. Yeah.
Or does it?
And there's also now, so there is people getting drunk at the party, and that is, I think, the episode where Urkel debuts the Urkel dance, as I recall.
Yeah, do the Urkel on the roof there. Yeah.
All right, Kyle, you're gonna get the point on this one. Binge drinking. What it was. Yep. And they fell off the rooftop.
So what is the roof?
I'm falling, I can't get out!
But it was supposed to be a very special episode because it was about him drinking for the first time and partying too hard. And yes, I think he did do the Urkel in that episode.
Yeah, it was definitely on that roof.
But then they managed to work in a "I've fallen and I can't get up" joke into that. So, dinosaurs. Kyle, you got the point on that one, by the way.
Was this global warming? The end of wasn't the finale of this show that their world was dying?
Did you watch this show? Did anybody watch this show? I don't know anybody.
I never saw it, but
I did, and I will say yes. The finale is them essentially all sort of huddling in because the planet is freezing, but there is, I know, additionally a very special episode where Robbie the dinosaur gets addicted to a steroid equivalent.
Wow, the master.
Well,
I was going to say environmental collapse, but yeah.
No, circle gets the square. Kyle, congratulations. It was.
Oh, Robbie, what happened to you?
I had a little growth spurt.
Yeah, it was 100% it. Look at him. He's ripped. Robbie's ripped. It was a steroids episode.
He's a jacked horse.
And you know what though, this episode, I watched a little bit of it today. It spoke to me because I wrote every single report in middle school about steroids. That was my specialty.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was I loved sports, and so and I knew that they did steroids, so I was I'm gonna do, and I already had this knowledge because I'd already done 10 reports before about steroids. So yeah, so that episode spoke to me. Mr. Belvedere.
I know two of them.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
There was one where Wesley's friend is I think he's HIV positive or might even have AIDS, and it was all the other kids shun him. And then there's one where I believe Wesley was molested.
That's the one I'm thinking of. He came close to being molested by a counselor at camp.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the one where Bob Uecker has to do a serious thing. Now that's a bad touch, champ. He has to He has to kind of get serious for a moment.
I feel like I read an interview with Bob Uecker about how he was always confused, like why he was on that show. He's just like, I'm a sports announcer. Like, why am I on this like family
How did this
sitcom? But what I had heard is like it's because he was in those Miller Lite commercials and everybody thought he was funny in the Miller Lite commercials. And then like, I don't know, some agent was like, hey, you're good at comedy. You should be on a sitcom. And then he's just like, why am I here in this very special episode doing the but George, I'm going with the AIDS one. That's the one that yeah. And if you haven't seen this clip, like it's just a quick clip. For people who haven't seen it, you got to see this. Look at this.
Hi, Mrs. Owens, Mr. Owens.
Hiya, champ. How's it going?
Well, I got AIDS, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Like it was like a laugh line. I got AIDS, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Ooh.
He responded to Bob Uecker on that one. So who said, hey, champ. Okay. All right. Punky Brewster.
We all know this one, right?
Yeah. Kyle, how well versed are you in Punky Brewster?
So I actually can't. I feel like when you say it out loud, I'll recognize it, but I don't remember right now what it is.
This is one of those ones where I don't even know if it was an actual
litters?
problem. What?
It's not like a person being illiterate, is it?
There is that one though. I looked at that one today. Wow. Yes, there's definitely an illiterate one. Yeah, because I wanted to change it up. I wanted to do like cigarettes and binge it, but I almost looked at illiteracy. But this one from Punky Brewster is just way so weird. Like I didn't even think it was a thing, but I do remember people talking about it in the '80s and being careful about it in the '80s.
This was abandoned refrigerators.
Abandoned refrigerators. Yeah. Does that ring a bell?
Take the doors off.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay, here, take a look. Here's the clip.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's how you play a very special game.
The idea was you couldn't open, if you were to play with an abandoned refrigerator, there's no way to get out once you're on the inside.
Well, the old ones had the handles that like locked.
Yeah, so you'd suffocate inside one if you were playing in an abandoned refrigerator. Huge problem.
Yeah. It feels hyper specific for sure.
But Kyle, you've been in writers' rooms before where people are pitching ideas. Like somebody must have been in that writers' room, like pitching that idea for an abandoned refrigerator episode, and everybody went along with it. Well, how do you think that happened?
I think that's like the showrunner's nephew got stuck in a refrigerator, and he's like, "I think this is something we really have to tackle."
He could have died.
And nobody has. I definitely have been in writers' rooms where nobody has the guts to tell the person that, like, I don't think that's a thing, but like the person has enough superiority that you kind of have to be like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's probably the case for most of these, actually. Yeah. All right, nice work. I wasn't keeping track of score. Everybody
won.
Oh, Kyle won. All right, yeah. With that, with your dinosaur steroids, you swooped in. You swooped in with those steroids, and that was pretty impressive, actually. So, nice work. All right, Nick?
I was gonna say I've been rewatching Saturday Morning All-Star Hits, and man, just it's so great. I'm praying for a second season.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Truly, I've not revisited it since. So I feel like it came out about a year ago. So I got to rewatch it again one of these days. Thank you.
It's good stuff. Did we learn anything, George? Did you learn anything specifically?
Absolutely. Very special episodes have been a staple of television since the warming of the first cathode ray tube. They've drawn our interest, inspired our admiration, and captured our readily monetizable viewership. But a very special episode of our lives doesn't need a controversial topic, a guest star, or an unintended nip slip discovered during summer reruns. No, each day can be a very special episode if we look around for opportunities to learn, for feelings to share, and for a new character who can forestall cancellation until you've reached 100 episodes, because every day is sweeps week when you have a back-end syndication deal. And that's why I always say, the more you battle is twice the knowing.
A very special lesson.
Wow.
Damn, man. All right, I'm gonna think about that one for a while. Kyle, so last time we talked, it was like 6 months ago. You were on VCR Party, and you had just announced that you were leaving Saturday Night Live. How has post Saturday Night Live life been treating you since? Because you were there for 9 years. I mean, that's a slog. Like from what I've heard, it's just like, yeah, missed out on a lot
So
of
long.
sleep.
Yeah. I'm still not sleeping well, unfortunately, but like it's been awesome. Like yeah, you miss it's such a small thing, but things like a Saturday, like it's like I had to miss weddings and events and things like that, and just sort of like re-entering the world in that way has been really special and awesome.
Yeah, good. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to the next project. So, are there any hints as to what that is, or we?
Yeah, I'm working on something right now that is longer than a single episode of TV. So I'll say that.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
Great.
I like it. Sweet. All right. Well, nice work, everybody.
Have a happy New Year. We're taking January off for Shaturday. We'll be back in February with more crummy or sometimes great cartoons. And Kyle, happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Always such a pleasure. Thank you for showing me such fun stuff.
For sure. And as the wise George Sand once said, George Sand, is that his name?
Yes.
George Sand once said, love.
Happy Shaturday, everybody.
It's a super.
Love.